EPI is arriving in San Francisco. I thought I would share this. The EPI national team made this beautiful graphic for us. And so they will be communicating as well as we go along. So you'll hear emails from us, our team here internally, myself and Ella and Kurt and Joe. But you'll also get emails from EPI National, and you'll be able to tell the difference because they'll look very different. But that's the reason you're getting two sets, because sometimes people receive particular ones, or sometimes members may recognize a name that they don't recognize from another. So this is all of the information about our big launch. Like I said, on April 7th, is from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the San Francisco Italian Athletic Club. It's there on Stockton. We will have a special guest joining us for the launch. Those of you that are SEPAs probably are very familiar with Chris Snyder. Chris is the CEO of the Exit Planning Institute, and he'll be presenting on Exit Planning is Not What You Think. We'll do a champagne toast, compliments of Mr. Rousey, and some special Camus, right, Kurt? For the launch, we'll have a special Camus cab. So we hope that you will all join us for the launch. A little bit more information. So these are the things that we're going to cover today. And like I said, I'm going to go through this fairly quickly, but always open for questions as we go along. I'm going to share just a little bit more about the Exit Planning Institute for those of you who aren't familiar with EPI. We'll introduce you to the leadership team. We'll talk a little bit about our culture and goals, the meeting schedule and curriculum that we have planned, what membership looks like, and then sponsorship opportunities, and then we'll wrap up. So Exit Planning Institute, they are a whole wide variety of disciplines that go and get a designation. So that's what EPI is best known for, is that Certified Exit Planning Advisor designation. But they also have, I think it's 29 chapters across the country right now, and growing. So there's a lot of new chapters popping up. We currently run several of those, which I'll share with you here in just a minute. Exit Planning Institute is celebrating their 20th year. So they've been around since 2005. It was started by a gentleman named Peter Christensen. God rest his soul. He left us a couple of years ago. But Chris and Scott Snyder, our father and son team, they took over EPI, or bought EPI from Pete in 2015. Like I mentioned, they are best known for that designation. 29 chapters. There are now over 35,000 members across the country, and there are 8,000 SEPAs. Joe Strazzeri is on the SEPA module, right? He's on the faculty that he teaches. And I'm telling you what, guys, they are putting SEPAs through that course by the huge numbers, like 300 or 400 a month are going through and getting this designation. So it's growing vastly. When we started out with EPI, there were a couple hundred SEPAs, so grown a lot since then. This is the online schedule. You'll see us share this at all of the chapter meetings, but this is the SEPA class schedule. February is obviously past, but they do it once a month. And I think it's the third week of the month, I believe it is. And it's all online now. Back when I went and got mine, as well as I know several others, it was a live class, and it was 5 full days in a location, and they only did like 3 or 4 a month. And that was just maybe 6 years ago. So again, growing tremendously. They do have an annual summit. Hopefully many of you will join us for the summit, and that's where we've met some of you in the past. The summit this year is once again in Florida, but I believe next year it's in San Diego in 2026. So we're excited to have them back here. They will be in Charlotte Harbor, Florida, and those of us on the West Coast, it's kind of a long haul, but it's worth it. Last year they had almost 1,000 attendees at the summit. So we expect this year will be even more. Two of our firms here, Jerry Mancini and the Founders Group, are partners of the summit and in the top 4 of the sponsorships. So we do tend to have quite a bit of involvement, but we hope to see you all there. We will have a charity event connected as well. So there's many that are familiar with the gathering that we used to do, the Southern California Institute, every year. And as a part of that, just kind of a quick story, the charitable component, we used to have a big gala on the first evening of our gathering where we chose a charity and we raised money for the charity, and we had a big, you know, a band and casino tables and the whole bit. And Scott Snyder came to one of our gatherings right all the way back when they first bought EPI, and loved that component so much that they started implementing the reception, a charity reception, charity give back reception, I think is what it's called. So that's what we choose to sponsor, is that charity give back reception on the Monday evening of the summit. Leadership team. So, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Please stop me if anyone has questions about EPI. Always happy to answer what I can. The leadership team. So we have co-presidents of this chapter. Who can guess why we're doing co-chapters or co-presidents? Well, for primarily the reason is because Joe and Ella and myself are down here in San Diego. And while we currently run the San Diego chapter and the Orange County chapter, and also getting one going in Hawaii, Kurt is in boots on the ground. So he's up there in the Bay Area with all of you. And so he's going to be our co-president that is there locally.
And Shelley, probably also, since Joe and you and Ella, you know, done this successfully, having 2 out of the 3 largest or most successful EPI chapters in Orange County and LA or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you guys pattern and you guys know what mistakes not to make and what things work well. So you guys can kind of be a model and a mentor so that the San Francisco chapter doesn't have to go through all these mistakes before they get successful.
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, we I wasn't going to boast, but yes, since you brought it up, we do fall in, all of our chapters actually fall in the top 5 chapters, or at least they have for the last several years. So we do have some pretty successful chapters, including the Greater LA, which is run by one of our partners, Melissa Silverman. So I'll tell you a little bit more about our family of companies here in a few, but yes, thank you. We have been doing this for a while and have a good grip on what to do to help make a chapter successful. So hopefully this will be one of those. So I'm going to let Kurt talk in just a second. This is the family of companies that we have here. So we don't work for EPI, Joe, myself, Ella, we do not work for EPI, nor does Kurt or anyone on this call, actually, I don't think. We all do this as a way to build our reputation in the community, right? And build a community of like-minded professionals that are involved in exit planning in some format or another, and find ways to work together, right? Get to know what each other does so we can find those collaborative opportunities. The many of the programming that we do through, as you can see here, the Southern California Institute, through SCI, our own educational institute, we do about 200 programs a year. And so we have numerous instructors and subject matter experts that teach for us that we're able to help connect with the EPI chapters as well. So it's about expanding that community and really providing a platform for all of us to learn from each other about. But whatever we do, whether it's through our law firm or through the Founders Group, it is about helping our clients with their cherished assets and their inner circle relationships, just to do 2 things: reduce the risk and grow the value. That's what it's all about. So for us, we're very focused on how we reduce risk and grow value. Straderi Mancini is a law firm. It's grew up as an estate planning law firm. Two partners are Joe Straderi and Steve Mancini. They we have 3 departments inside of Straderi Mancini that primarily handle base level estate planning, which we call our protecting promises. We do 15 to 20 of those a month. What we're best known for is this integrated planning, the tax, estate, and asset protection, charitable planning for that $20 to $300 million net worth client, which often happens to be business owners. The Founders Group is our business succession firm. So if you are a SEPA, which by the way, you don't have to be a SEPA to attend our chapter meetings, but if you are, you probably are familiar with the value acceleration methodology. That's basically what Founders Group does. Founders Group is a value acceleration firm. So helping business owners decide, am I going to keep and grow my business, or am I going to transition it? And if I do transition it, is it going to be internal or external, in whole, in part, now or in the future? It's helping them narrow down those options and choose what's best for them. So Founders Group is not M&A business broker, not focused on the transaction, but really helping owners decide what to do with their business. So those are the 3 entities that we have. And I'll let Kurt talk a little bit more about what he does. So Mr. Rousey.
Shelley, you said that you're not going to boast, but I was going to, and Andrew stole a little bit of my thunder. So first start off by thanking Joe, Shelley, and Ella, Straderi Mancini Founders Group, and specifically Southern California Institute for agreeing to partner with us, as we've been discussing this for almost 4 years now, launching in Northern California and San Francisco, and allowing us to model after their successful chapters in San Diego and Orange County. So dedicated capital advisors. We're San Francisco. I've been on Montgomery Street for 40 years. We provide advisory services to successful entrepreneurs and ultra high net worth families. We coordinate all aspects of wealth plan design and management services, which of course includes business continuity, succession, and exit planning. We collaborate with multiple discipline advisors in serving our clients. And we've selected the San Francisco Italian Athletic Club, one of my clubs that have been in for, again, almost about 40 years, but it's a great location there on Washington Square in the heart of North Beach. So we'll be hosting every other get together every other month, get together there, and then we'll be doing every other month online, so that we can we've got lots of collaborative advisors in other parts of the country, and we allow them the opportunity to jump in every other month with us. So yeah,
thanks, Kurt. Yeah, that's a good point. In a little bit here, we're going to share the curriculum and the dates and the structure and all of that. But we have gotten quite a bit of feedback. I realize that going to an in-person program in San Francisco is a challenge for some folks, which is why we decided to do the every other month format. Typically, we don't recommend doing something like that through our education. It's all about consistency. So we will be consistent and do it on the first Monday of every month, but it will be every other month, virtual and live. So we'll see how that goes for this first year, and kind of go from there. So with that, we're excited to partner with Kurt to have a very successful chapter. We're also very excited for our leadership team. Oh, this is Ella and I. If you have any questions about the chapter, please feel free to reach out to us. Ella will be your primary point of contact, and we've got her email address up there, ella@scinstitute.org. And then this is the rest of our leadership team. So I'm going to let each of you give us just a little bit of a talk on what you do and share with us a little bit more. So let's just go left to right. So Drew, where are you? I see you.
Right here.
Okay.
Thank you, Shelley.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm with Prologue Advisory and Merchant Bank, and I work in and out of San Francisco. I'm located up in the North Bay in Petaluma. I've worked and moved around quite a bit in the U.S. little bit internationally and really fell in love with the Bay Area, and happy to have been back since really the late 90s. My professional background is comprised of general management consulting, private equity, investment banking, and I've done quite a bit of executive leadership. Prologue provides general strategy and advisory services to companies considering strategic alternatives, really definitely M&A, recaps, other transactions that can help a company move forward. We do take principal positions in very narrowly defined situations. And we've worked with companies ranging a number of industries: manufacturing, retail, consumer products, and definitely tech. And I've worked with a lot of companies, M&A, turnarounds, restructuring, capital formations. And I think I've worked with a lot of the people represented, or a lot of the types of service providers represented here. And I've talked probably with Kurt for the last 15, 20 years about just how necessary collaboration is here. Very excited by this group coming together because of the significant amount of capital preservation opportunity by just planning and executing M&A and other transactions involving wealth transformation. So very excited about this group coming together and excited to meet all of you in person.
Right.
Thank you, Drew. All right, Mark.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Flower. I've been fortunate to get in the industry after I transitioned out of the military, and we settled here in the Bay Area with my wife. And actually right now, as we speak, we're celebrating our 35th anniversary with 4 other couples down here in Mexico, in Manzanillo. And we're all empty nesters, so we're enjoying that. But I've had the good fortune to work with corporate stock benefits, leading and building a private bank for many years, and then working currently with Capital Group Private Client Services, a family office group that's working with the 3rd and 4th generation of the business owners of Capital Group, along with many successful business owners, helping them transition their wealth from one generation to the next, or decide to sell or hold or transition it within the family. And we're really looking forward to launching this group to build the network, and big believer in helping people collaborate and be successful. There's kind of operate from a world of plenty in this industry. There's so much opportunity and not enough people getting good advice.
Sure.
And so looking forward to working with all of you to help bring a lot better outcomes in the future. And I'll keep it short and sweet. Turn it over to you.
Appreciate that. We're excited to have you join us, Mark, as well as you, Drew. And Jim, tell us a little bit more about you.
Absolutely. And to just play off of Mark's comment there in terms of the abundance mindset of this industry in the wealth management space, and certainly those that we collaborate with, that's one of the things that excites me the most. I mean, when I first got my hands on Walking to Destiny, and I was reading some of the statistics around how 80%, 3/4 of business owners 1 year after the transaction are frustrated. They regret the transaction. I've had that experience with clients that we've met where they didn't do that personal planning. So this is my 30th year in the financial advisory space. I'm an East Coast kid originally that got blown out in a blizzard. And I was a surety bond underwriter, which is an exhilarating job when you first come out of school. Not really. But what it did do was gave me a wonderful insight into the financials of any business, right? The P&L, the balance sheet, all the good stuff. And specific to construction, which has always been near and dear to my heart. My dad was a contractor on the East Coast. So we've developed a bit of a niche over the years in the construction space, in that probably $20 to $200 million construction company or in the the service trades surrounding it, not necessarily just a GC. So we've worked with pretty much all aspects of wealth management in terms of segments of the market and the types of clients, right, from divorcees to widows to stock options to you name it. But our real passion is working with the entrepreneur, because so much of our process from a planning standpoint, our process from an asset management standpoint, we cook our food in-house. So when we're helping the client look at the composition of their portfolio, we are very oriented towards de-risking in the first place, because they take so much risk with their business. Yeah. So the real passion for us is to really help the client open their eyes. I mean, all the different gap exercises, right? That wealth gap exercise, it was just speaking to me. Like I felt like I'd been a bit of an orphan for many years, and I found my home. So I'm really excited to be part of it. My team and I are really excited. My partner just got his SEPA a couple of months ago, so he's going to start joining me at the meetings as well. So we have an office up in Roseville where my partner is his base of operations. We're over in the East Bay in Lafayette, and just really excited to collaborate with everyone on the team here. A couple old friends, Mark and Ron Weiss, and I look forward to meeting all of you and learning about your gifts and talents as well.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jim. Okay. Let's see, Erin, and let's try to keep this to around 20 seconds or so if you can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Erin McGlynn. I'm a wealth consultant at the American Cancer Society. And in my position, I meet with professional advisors such as yourself, our donors, and I'm there to facilitate gifts that come to us through bequests, CRT, CGAs, etc. I cover the Northern California area, Marin to Monterey counties, but we actually have 45 people that do what I do in the US, and many of them are actually involved with their local EPI chapters at this time. And anyways, I'm excited to meet you all, and it'll be fun to get together in April.
Thanks, Erin. Peter, Mr. Myers.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Somehow it didn't get on my calendar, but thankfully Reese, reminded me, and here I am. I think I've met some of the people on this call before. Hello again. Shelley, it'd be great to have just little bios every time so I could, oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, that gal. I'm the guy with 6 kids and a place in Tahoe and a state tax lawyer. Do business succession, wrote the treatise for CEB on this and so on. So this is right in my bailiwick. Fox Rothschild is a 1,000-lawyer law firm. So what you get with me is you get access to lawyers who do everything from accidents to zoning. We do M&A, IPO, all sorts of transactional type work. My personal specialty is high net worth estate planning, blended families, business succession with a middle of the bell curve is about 100 million. It's been a busy couple of months. I know Shelley and Joe and I have talked about this. I've been getting 2 high net worth clients per week in January and February. Normally January is slow for us. So I think it was, the change in administration, the cliff coming up at the end of December. We're getting a lot of people in, and so we need a lot of help. And so we both have outbound clients for many of you, but also have the capability to pick up some inbound clients. That's my role.
Perfect. Thanks, Peter. And yeah, so bio-wise, I'll show you here in a minute where you can go and see the leadership team at any point and everybody's information. So, okay, Adam.
Thank you, Shelley.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Excited to be here with all of you. My name is Adam Ullman. I'm the owner of Prosperity Advising. Core focuses are business advising, commercial mediation, and IP monetization. So I grew up in an entrepreneurial background and witnessed the destruction of a 40-year-old my 40-year-old family business during my parents' divorce. So saw basically business value get torched. I've brought certain products to market and was eventually placed as the CEO of a business that had bad succession planning. Founding father passed away. Mother daughter started asking the son brother questions. Didn't like his answers. Demoted him and brought me in. Adding complexity to that, we had ownership in 20 related businesses, and second and third generation business partners were pissed off with how the son was treated. I successfully navigated that conflict and got the mother-daughter and myself out. And then since then, I've been doing advisory work, going in, kind of rolling up my sleeves, taking a hands-on approach, finding intellectual property to monetize in the sale event, cleaning up operations. And I do really enjoy taking the businesses through the sale. And that's what brings me here today. I am an attorney by training, specialty in intellectual property and business law. Yeah, I think that probably covers it for today.
Lots of expertise there. Okay, Ron, and then we have one more that's not here, Greg Weitzman, and we'll let Greg go after Ron.
Great, thanks. Hey, everybody. Ron Weiss.
Alphabetically comes after Ron, right?
Yeah, there you go. Ron Weiss. I'm with the 408 Group at Morgan Stanley, based out of San Jose and Santa Barbara. We are the boutique family office arm of Morgan Stanley. We do business transition planning work all over the state of California, primarily just in California. Enterprise value of 25 million and up. Also, I have a tremendous amount of passion and a modicum of expertise around ESOPs as well. So think of me as the ESOP guy. Always happy to do ESOP 101, 201, 301 education on that. But most excitedly, stepping back from all of this, it is great to have this community here, committed, engaged, and moving forward. The opportunity set is so huge here. Both Mark and Jim, who are my dear friends, talked about looking at this through a lens of abundance, which I wholeheartedly endorse. There is so much business out there. I think Chris Snyder has quantified it as $14 trillion in private business enterprise value tied up that's going to transition over the next decade, 15 years. Those of us who are engaged in this, leaning in, we're going to have a ton of fun and can be really impactful for all these clients that we have the honor of serving. So look forward to working with everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Okay. And Greg, we will get your picture up on the website. Sorry about that. Please go ahead and tell us about you.
Thanks, Shelley. Nice to see and meet all of you. Greg Weitzman. I am a certified exit planning advisor, also a CEPA, and a certified EOS implementer, the entrepreneurial operating system. So my primary passion and focus is helping business owners, entrepreneurs to accelerate value within their companies, help them make their business more attractive and more ready. So you can think of me as that person who's helping be tactical, hands-on in the business to help them de-risk, help them accelerate value, and do a lot of the hands-on work within the company, where I would rely on many of you to help them personally and financially. My background, I'm a reformed banker, commercial banker who is now turned entrepreneur, was a commercial banker for 13 years, left, was on the leadership team of a $50 million company that used EOS, used these same tools that I now coach and teach. Started my own businesses around workplace talent optimization and culture before becoming a coach for the EOS system. So again, looking forward to meeting many of you. Greg Weitzman, my focus is value acceleration within your enterprises. Thanks.
Great resource there. Okay, well, thank you everybody for taking a minute, and thanks
Shelley,
to
can you hear me?
Yes.
Shelley, this is Gary Lamouche.
Hi, Gary.
I don't know if you called me or not, or is this just the team, or is it
This
all the
is
people
for
that are
the
on?
sorry, Gary. This is for the leadership team. That we're
Cool.
doing.
Thank you. I didn't hear that. It broke up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
But we look forward to you sharing at the meetings, hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds great. Look forward to
Okay.
it. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. All right, so let me move on. We're excited for our leadership team. Their role is going to be to, be ambassadors out there in the community to help us have folks attending, make everyone feel welcome, and help build business around this community. So that's the primary ask of our leadership team. because we have the Southern California Institute, we have the ability to do pretty standard programming, and because of that, we're able to template it out and use our resources to do the events. So we don't ask for a lot of help from that end when it comes to scheduling and curriculum and registration and speakers and all that good stuff. But we do look for our leadership team to be ambassadors in the community. So we look forward to that very much. And I think we have a great team to do that. Next, I was going to touch on culture and goals just a little bit. I'll go through this pretty quickly. At the Southern California Institute, we have a we-driven mindset, and I know that the rest of the leadership team feels this way as well. It's all about, you know, not having to know it all, but knowing who to call, right? That's really what this boils down to. It's all about collaboration, and it takes a team to get this work done. And so that's where we're coming from when we're driving these meetings and the content and the conversations. It'll very much be driven by true collaborative content. So that you can count on. We ask that you all use these meetings to build your practice. We know that if you take the time to join us for the meetings, and if you invite a friend or two to join you for the meetings, and maybe consider having, you know, meeting them for lunch beforehand or having a drink after, and really using the meetings as a tool to build your own business and to build your relationships, we know it's going to benefit the chapter as well. So we're really looking for those when you attend. Please invite your centers of influence to join you, and truly do use the meetings as a means to building your practice. The education is important, but I think we're all doing this to build business, right? Chapter purpose. This is what's on the EPI website. Every chapter has a similar purpose, and that's to create this forum where we have the local community of professionals coming together to learn more about what each other does. We will have educational programs. We'll do some networking programs. I'm going to share that content with you. We look to develop and encourage the best practices in the industry around this profession and promote the common business interests of everyone involved. Again, using the meetings to build your practice. We look for 80 to 100 people at every meeting in our Orange County and San Diego chapters. Now that's where we were before COVID. Since COVID, we've struggled just a little bit to get back there, but we're at 40 or 50. And we expect the same in San Francisco. So we're hoping over the next year we can get up to that. And then after we get through this initial year of content, we will probably start looking to develop other chapters across the Bay Area and have spinoffs. We had a similar situation in the LA area, greater LA area, right? There's it's hard to, you know, have everyone be able to come to one place, and we realize that. And so while we're starting with one location, we hope to see it expand in the future. Everyone is welcome to help spread the word. Feel free to share those invitations, those email invitations that you're getting. Please feel free to forward those and share the registration link. If anyone would like to scan that QR code, that is the website page to share that link at any time. So I'll leave that here for just a second if anybody wants to scan that. Yeah, so that's just our registration page, and it'll take you to sign up. I think I got a couple of those in there twice. Okay, meeting schedule and curriculum. So this is just down to the logistics. So we will meet on the first Monday of every month. We'll always include wine and appetizers. They are in the middle of the afternoon. So I think that it's convenient for most. We try to, this is our format that we've used for many years when it comes to live meetings, because it's kind of in, you know, not in that high traffic time frame, hopefully, but that's our goal. So all of our meetings will start at 2:30. You see here, I have it separate. So in-person meetings, 2:30 to 4:30. And there's the months that we'll have in-person meetings. And then when we do virtual meetings, we didn't think we needed quite as long. So those are 2:30 to 4. We will skip September because it falls right on Labor Day. So we figured we'll need to skip that one. So if you notice that September is missing, that's why. The general timeline for our in-person meetings is we'll do some networking when everyone arrives. We'll do some announcements for 15 minutes or so. If we have a sponsor for that meeting, we'll let them have some time. And then our primary educational presentation will be from 3:15 to 4, and then we'll do have the last half an hour there for networking again. So that's our general timeline. We will record our meetings. The Southern California Institute and the Academy, we have an academy, a digital academy for a lot of our other education. So it gives us the ability to record our sessions and put them on our academy. So we will offer everyone who attends, we'll offer a free membership to the academy. So you can access not only the EPI chapter meeting recordings, but also some of the other content that we put on the academy as well. So you'll get more information on that as we go. I just wanted you to be aware. This is our lineup. So when you roll out a new chapter through EPI, for those of you that aren't familiar, they require a specific curriculum. Now, we've been doing this for a long time. We were able to get away with a little bit of variation, but for the most part, we've had to follow their structure. So you'll see a lot of the leadership team teaching in this first year because there's some specific content that they want us to roll out with. So this is what we'll be doing. We have Chris Snyder for the launch, of course, on April 7th. And then we'll be doing a deep dive into VAM, which is the Value Acceleration Methodology. Kurt and I will lead that one in June, and that's a virtual one, by the way. And then in June, we'll do opening conversations with business owners. Joe will do that one. Joe and I, this is one of the presentations Joe and I teach for every new chapter across the country. In fact, I'm leaving tomorrow to go teach this one in Kansas City. That's the 5 conversations that drive business succession planning. In August, we'll do speed dating. Speed dating is our take on networking. It's a great way for everyone to learn more about each other and rotate tables to share a little bit more about your information. We'll probably give you an exercise or so, but it's very popular. It's usually one of our most attended. Who's here that's been, Andrew, you've been to those.
No, they've been a great time, and it's organized, so it's not just chaotic, but you rotate tables and you hear about what the other person does. And sometimes we even put an exercise where we introduce the other people and the value they add. So when you do that, you really get to learn and understand the value that they provide and how we can collaborate together. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, it's the idea is we'll give a little bit of an exercise and then you can practice on each other instead of on clients and business owners. So that's what we'll do in August. September, like I mentioned, is preempted. October, we have Sean Hutchinson is going to teach about meeting your clients where they are. And then in November, Peter Myers, who is here as well, and Joe will talk about exit options and a panel. We'll do a panel discussion around that. Let's see, what else do I have? Membership. So a lot of chapters have different structures. EPI doesn't force a structure on us for membership. So we have chosen to have no charge for our membership at our chapters. That has both a positive and a little bit of a negative sometimes. One is that sometimes people tend to register, and since they didn't have a cost associated with it, maybe they decide it's not important and they don't have as much of a priority to show up. That's really the only negative that it has, because most very much appreciate the no cost for meetings or membership. So how do we identify who are members? Well, all you have to do is attend. Once you start attending meetings, you become a member. Now, if you attend more than 3 meetings in a year, it earns you a spot in our directory. So in the directory, we'll publish by discipline the members that are regular attendees. And so people will be able to access and contact you directly. And then again, please help spread the word, show the registration link, forward invitations. Can't stress that enough as we try to get this up and going. And then sponsorship opportunities. I'm sorry.
We have
what?
2 questions.
Okay.
All meetings will be recorded, either the virtual or the in-person ones. We're recording both. That was a question from Robert. And then another question is there any CE credit to join each meeting? And yes, there are. You're getting EPI CE credits for attending those meetings.
For SEPA credit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. These are our existing current sponsors. We have one, I think Mark is going to sponsor, I believe. We haven't gotten that up and rolling yet. If anyone has interest in sponsorship, there are some opportunities for sponsorship. This is our structure. We have 2 annual sponsorships that are available, one for $1,200 and one for $2,800. This is a list of what you get for being a sponsor. The primary difference is that the chapter sponsor gets a 2 or 3 minute speaking spot twice a year, I believe it is. And then we also have a monthly promotional sponsorship, $1,500, and that's a 20-minute presentation particular month. So it's not over a whole annual side. So no pressure, just letting you know, because some people are interested in how to promote their personal brands and that sort of thing. Oh, what happened? How did I get all the way there? Let's see. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I think. Okay. So just in summary, we wrapped it up. So just in summary, big launch is coming up next month, April 7th at 2:30 to 4:30 at the San Francisco Italian Athletic Club. If you haven't registered yet, please do. It's very important that we know who all is going to be joining us. So we would really very much appreciate it. As a reminder, our culture and goals, it's all about collaboration, right? It's all about bringing the resources to the community, learning more about what each other does, and really having you focus on building your practice by using these chapter meetings. That's really what our primary goals are. So with that, I'm going to open it up for questions. If anyone has specific questions or any comments, I'm happy to entertain those.
Hey, Shelley, I'm curious what parking is like. Maybe Kurt could speak to that at the venue for next month.
Yeah, good question.
Well, it depends on how lucky you feel. You want to circle a couple of 3 blocks around and try to park on the street. Otherwise, there's a parking garage a couple of blocks. Well, I'll have to pull that together for you. There's a couple of street level small locations that are across the park. Around the park, a lot of people come and go across from St. Peter and Paul Cathedral there on the park. Okay. So you get lucky from time to time. I personally park down right off Columbus. I think it's 160 Columbus. And then you've got about a 3-block, 4-block walk up. So you can always park downtown in a number of those parking garages, which are down, say Columbus to Montgomery Clay, in and around there. Sure. Bit of a walk, a little bit of an uphill walk, but maybe it's good.
Thanks, Kurt. We have a couple of, we have another, a nice lady that responded and let us know about a parking garage that might be willing to give us a deal as well. But I'll tell you what, we will put in once someone registers, you'll get a confirmation and then you'll get reminders. We'll put some parking suggestions in the reminder emails so that you guys have an idea of where to park. We'll be figuring it out too. So
yeah, that'd be great.
Next to San Francisco Central Station right there as a parking lot right there, also on Green Street.
Perfect. Thank you. What else? What did I not cover? I tried to get everything, but you know, you never get every detail.
Shelley, I've got a question.
Sure.
Just want to kind of clarify the people that we should be inviting to this. Professionals like ourselves, people thinking about selling their business. Is the goal to eventually get people to become a SEPA? I just, is it all encompassing?
Yeah, so it is professional advisors. We do not tend to invite business owners to our regular meetings, although when we get this really up and running, we will have a business owner panel once or twice a year where we will invite business owners, but we'll let you know when that's the case. Otherwise, it's just professionals who are working with business owners in some capacity. So everyone is welcome to join us. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Anything else? Is everybody pumped?
Yeah,
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome.
Yes. We've been wanting to get this going for so long, and I'm really excited to have it actually come to fruition. I think there's a ton of opportunity up in the Bay Area with all of you, and we're really looking forward to joining you. At least being up there once every other month, right? So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Hi, Joe Fraser. I haven't seen you in like forever. So we hope we'll see you
Hi,
all.
Shelley. I was muted. Sorry about that. Good to see you.
Okay. Good to see you. Join us. Thanks.
I'm on the board of the Orange County chapter, and I have an investment banker and an attorney up in the Bay Area that I want to introduce to your group.
Perfect. Yeah. Just anybody that has, if you have anyone you want us to add to the invitation list, please feel free to send those to Ella and or myself, and we will be glad to do that. You can always also forward the emails, but if you send them to us, we'll make sure they're on the distribution list so they'll get them each time as well.
Shelley, you can tell people are excited about this opportunity because we have people parachuting in from Idaho, like my friend Steve Moya. So awesome. Yeah.
Perfect. See, Steve's gonna join us in April, right, Steve?
Yeah, plan to.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Be good to see you, my friend.
Same.
Yeah, so you know, that brings up a valid point. Do you have to be in the San Francisco area on a regular basis? Well, no, but if you're looking to build business there, then absolutely. It's open to whoever is interested and would like to join us. What else?
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
I thank you. Kurt, do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope, let's go get them.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, April 7th. Let's make it a big one, okay? We don't do well with not having not doing as well as other chapters. So I've heard of 100 people or more at these other chapter launches. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Cool. All right.
Got it.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Thanks,
Thank you
everybody.
so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.